they went to the shit in sack. So I don't really. I think the Junior Olympics is probably way doper than the actual Olympics. Let's go, Rain. Hey, did y'all see the Tampa Bay Lightning going to the Stanley Cup again for the third time in a row? Yeah, y'all.
Yeah, saw that. Fuck, where to put it? Oh, okay. There it is. Let's see how we can. Yep, right there. That's good. That's perfect.
I finally got all my fucking equipment. I'm like, man, now I can stop buying shit. I feel like every fucking week, Amazon dropping something off at the house for equipment wise.
I keep seeing the videos you
right now,
post
there's been
on
like
Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, I've been doing all my lights and stuff. So I got another set coming tomorrow, and then right before too, I got these other ones. These other ones I'm getting, them motherfuckers like $400. I'm like, man. But they it's like the spotlights, but it's the moving head, so they do they do all kind of shit. So I'll be ready. So yeah, after that,
It looks fucking clean. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, that shit. Yeah, I'll be out here in the garage having fun. And then
I was like, next thing you know, we're about to see Mad Sticks doing the 1s and 2s with Shaq on stage one of these days. Watch.
Oh, I'm gonna be in the crowd like this. In the crowd like this, baby.
It's just yeah. Oh fuck it.
It's Tuesday.
Shit, I finally booked out for the rest of the year. I'm booked for the rest of the year. I've been like some fucking days I'm like double booking because people are like still hitting me up. I've been hitting my other DJ friends up like, y'all got, can y'all do these? I'm like, I can't do all this shit. I can't do them all. So I'm like, but some of these days I'm like, I got like next weekend I got like 2 on Saturday. I got one from like 9 to 12, and then I got to be in the other one at like 3 for anniversary. So I'm just like,
the grind is real. Oh my goodness.
And it was funny because as soon as I set everything back, because I hadn't set everything back up, and I was like, okay, I got a weekend off. I'm like, I'm about to get it in, get some practice in. And fucking, as soon as I had a rehearsal over here with one of the artists, and as soon as we got done, my phone rang. It was like, can you DJ tomorrow? I'm like, nope. I'm like, I just set this shit back up. I am not doing that shit again. I'm
like, okay, fucking James Brown sweating.
Right. Like, I am not doing this shit. Look, it take like now it's about an hour and a half just to set up. So I'm like, I'm not finna take all this shit right back down. Like, fuck that. Plus, you only want to pay me $150 for like 3 hours. I'm like, nope. That shit ain't even worth my time.
Hey, Mad Sticks, you would have been like this.
Mm-hmm.
You would have been in there like this. You'd have did all that shit.
I'm like, fuck. I'm like, nope. I'm like, I just set this shit up. I like it. I'm like, shit, they don't even want to take this shit down for next weekend. I'm like, shit, I might take the old board out next week. Like, fuck
it. All right. So correct me if I'm wrong. Your Bubba Sparks joint next week, right?
The 24th or the 26th. Yeah, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend.
Okay.
We got six shows in 2 days.
Yeah. That's dope as shit. I be telling motherfuckers about your ass. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna say a lot. I'm like, yo, dude, I do the podcast with, just did a show with fucking Young Dro and goddamn Lil Flip, motherfucker. Fuck y'all, I'll be talking shit.
Yeah, we got Keek the Sneak. We got Keek the Sneak after this one. We got him lined up, so we'll have Keek. Yeah, we're going to tour with Keek. So yeah, this shit we just keep lining this shit up. So we just every 6 weeks we on tour every 6 weeks.
With a Bay Area legend, Keek the Snake. My God.
Hell yeah. Saying you could not understand shit he said the first 2 years I lived out here.
It was a little
Actually,
hard
I think that
first.
like,
When I first moving here from Texas, Bay Area, hip hop,
like
and everything.
6
For me
months
moving
in the
out here,
first
I
year.
was like, I never heard anything like this before. It grows on you.
Yeah, different. Yeah, that whole hype be movement like changed a whole lot of shit. Yeah, when that shit started.
Yep.
That's what I was about to ask. How old? What year did y'all move out here, Josh?
I moved out here. I was 9, 10, so like 2000, 2001.
Oh, he was here when Mac Gray was alive, going strong.
Mac Dre died when I was in middle school. Yeah, I remember that.
Man,
no, that's what I was saying. Like all the music and stuff that I was hearing when I first got here, I was like, never heard anything like this in my entire life. I was like, it sounds hella good. I was like, I have no clue. So, like I said, just years of listening to it and kind of understanding it. It's like, okay, I get it. I know it now. It's fine. I'm good with it. I like to say I'm a connoisseur of all types of music, but the hyphy music was the one it definitely had to. It gave me a culture shock that I was in a different area than I was before. That's for sure. Not just the music, but just everybody in general. Just how everybody's, how people acted and how, moving from fucking small town Texas to big San Jose, that's two completely different sides of the coin. So that was very interesting to have to deal with.
Yeah, I don't know how close Del Rio is from Houston, but in my mind, you went from going downtown.
Bro, we didn't even have here, bro. Our downtown in Del Rio was literally a ghost town. There was no businesses or anything walking through what's considered downtown Del Rio. There's nothing there. You can go through it and there's just empty buildings. There's just streets you get. There's no businesses running. There's just old, rundown ass buildings that have been there since the beginning of the town from a long ass time. It used to be a thriving place, and then the 80s hit and it died. Like it just, there was nothing there after that. There's still nothing there now, at least as far as I know. So bro, I lived in a town with, I want to say at least when I was there, it was less than 20,000 people. Like we did not have a huge town. Everybody knew everybody. Pretty much everyone worked at the same spots. All the nurses and everybody knew each other from the hospital. There's one hospital. I think 2 or 3 elementary schools, 1 or 2 middle schools, and 1 high school.
Everybody came to the football games, though, huh?
Fucking every Friday fucking night.
That's what I always wanted to do. I'm like, I always wanted to live in a small town. You see these
every fucking Friday night. Hey, and the craziest part about it was the team sucked. They were bad. When my mom went to high school there, all 4 years she was there, they never won a game.
Shit on my Cowboys, but it's Texas, so
I'm just saying, like it. I was always telling people it didn't matter how bad the team was or how good the team was. If it was a small town, they shut the town down to go to the game. They would shut it all down. That's just how it was. That's what I'm saying. Like all these people, taking all their time out of their day, shutting down businesses and everything just to watch a team get blown out 45-0, 55-6. Just ass whoop. I remember when they won 1 game, everyone went fucking nuts. Like when they won, everyone in the stands, like you would think there was going to be a riot. Like that's how crazy it was. Holy fuck, we won a game first time in 10 years. It was some crazy shit like that. They were literally like the high school version of the Mud Dogs from fucking Waterboy, but without Bobby Boucher. Just ass. Like the whole team is just bad, getting their asses kicked year in and year out. Like that's just how it was. As far as I remember when I lived there, fuck, I might have witnessed 3 victories in the 8-9 years that I lived there.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't even know.
I didn't have the luxury of living with a high school such as Lakeland. We had essentially Hall of Famers and stars coming out of that. I didn't have that.
Hey,
Corey, the one that we had on here not too long ago, he's the closest thing that we've had to anything crazy like that.
Honestly, man, that shit starts with culture. Like, you gotta give like, yeah, all of them are talented, Christian counts and all them, but Coach Castle is the reason why them boys won 3 state titles.
We definitely had a culture.
Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and make it seem like, man, look, just think about it like this. They second national championship, 3rd state title was my senior year. Fucking the coach's son was the starting quarterback, and he was the 3rd string, like sophomore and junior year. I get back on the.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, dude, that's how that shit was like back in, at least in my hometown. I've always heard stories like, oh yeah, Permian and Judd and all these different high school, South Lake, Carroll, all these different top high schools in Texas. I was like, yep, that was not us. that was not our high school. I mean, we tried, but
he's like, that shit looks so dope just to be, to like play for something like that where the whole fucking town just come and.
That's how I always thought it was going to be. So when I came here when I was here in California and I'm doing, games in high school and stuff like that, I'm expecting the stands to be filled, all that other kind of stuff. It's about to be like really like big energy, high school football type of field, because the way I grew up, that's how it was. Everyone showed up. At least everyone in the players' families and stuff like that showed up. Yeah. Like, and the school was there. There was pep rallies every fucking Thursday night before the Friday game and everything. There was all of that stuff. When I got to high school here in California, we didn't have night games because we didn't have lights. So we had Saturday morning games. Yeah. Saturday morning games, and barely anybody ever showed up to the games. They would show up to homecoming, and most of those things, it wasn't even about homecoming. It was about whatever skits that each one of the classes were doing. The freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior classes went at it, who can do the best skits and shit like that. That's what homecoming was about to them. We were just kind of there to, oh yeah, we have a game tomorrow, which you guys are going to show up to, but the halftime performance is the skits. And
this makes sense.
But like those are the only, that senior night and the homecoming game were the only 2 games that it was ever big or packed, or if we were playing the rivals against Andrew Hill or Mount Pleasant. If we were playing one of those 2 teams, the stands were always packed, whether it was home or away. But outside of that, it was kind of like, wow, I love the support, guys. Like, holy shit.
Oh my God. I mean, first off, your AD needs to be fired back then because he fucked y'all. Firstly, y'all ain't got no goddamn lights.
And no, bro, we didn't have lights. We didn't have Friday. I remember the one time that we had a Friday night game. It was my freshman year, and we had to bring those fucking lights that were powered by the generators out.
Oh yeah, the portable joints.
Yeah. So you couldn't hear shit on the field because the loud ass generators were going to keep lights on the field.
So here's my second.
6 generators, 3 on each side.
I'm confused on why. That's funny. But here's the thing that's fucking me up. Where were they? They were preparing you guys to go home and do homework. Like, that's what your prep rally is for. Like, your little prep, let's get hyped to go home and do homework. Like, what the fuck? Why is y'all doing this shit the night before? Like, what the fuck? What? Like, bro, at Lakeland, they, like, whole fourth, because we have block schedules. So fourth period was pretty much scrapped when it was a pep rally. You might as well just say fourth period scrapped. If you want to go to pep rally, you can go. If you know what I'm saying? The whole football team, basically the whole school's at the pep rally. You know what I'm saying? You can hear the band. The band starts.
Yeah, we didn't have fucking pep rallies. No. Yeah, we didn't have that shit. I was trying
to give the fans a great experience because that shit right there, they kind of feel sorry for you. I kind of feel sorry for your experience, bro.
Again, I don't know how it is now. It might be different now, now because they have lights, they have turf, they have all the shit, they have the new jerseys, they have all this other shit. Now, so they might have something different. But again, when I was there, it was not at all the experience I was expecting it to be from what I grew up with and what I have heard about other schools and everything else. It made me start thinking like, shit, maybe I should have taken my
you should have went to a better school, bro.
I should have taken my magnet. I should have taken my magnet program to go to fucking Oak Grove.
Nah, that wouldn't have been a good fit for you, to be real with you. They wasn't that type of school. Like, you was a tight end. What was you gonna do?
Nah, they would have kept me at defensive end. That was my natural position. I had played that position all through my youth.
All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and say this right now. All right, I've played very close with Jarrett, Jacob, and Tony, and all of them boys that came from Oak Grove. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think you would have been able to do that, bro. The way they was talking about their team and the way they was talking about their players, like, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like, I really don't know if that would have been a good fit for you. Going to that high-powered school, like, you would have got in, but I don't know if you would have been the starter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that starting guy, just based off of how the way they make their program seem. Because I don't know. I didn't go there. I didn't watch none of the games. I don't know what the fuck Oak Grove got.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, for me, that's what I'm saying. For me, it would have been more defensive minded. I would have because when I came into Silver Creek, I started at it would just so happen that my coach had seen me playing catch with the fucking quarterback that he decided to put me at tight end, and I was kind of there ever since. I was like, but before that, I had been doing defensive end, and I hadn't been doing bad at all. Like, I knew the position, I knew how to play the position and everything else like that. Yeah, so I kind of was going into the whole thing thinking I was going to be playing end or some sort of D line or linebacker or whatever that they had me at. But I think at Oak Grove, it would, because the offense at that time when I showed up, it would have gone through, Amari, Jabari, everyone else that was going through Oak Grove. But that Oak Grove was nationally recognized and all that kind of stuff at that time when I was going through.
If you're not first, you're last. And you talking to a person that went to number one. So I'm gonna let you finish, but if you ain't first, you're last.
At least in the state of California. But I mean,
if you ain't first and last, we came out here and beat De La Salle. If you ain't first, you're last.
It is.
So
but I'm just saying, again, I would have had a better, I guess, because their culture around football was more of what I thought it would be than what it was where I went.
Well, it sounds like they hold people accountable at Oak Grove and at your school. That's what it sounds like.
I don't know, man. But I mean, I know I haven't done like an official intro or anything because this is more of like a bonus episode. I'm just fucking catching up with Mad Sticks and everything because he hasn't been here for a while. That's always good to have it on YouTube and everything for those of you guys hanging out with us and chatting and everything. We see you guys. What's up? And yeah. Oh, by the way, what have y'all been thinking about the finals lately?
Some good finals. Draymond playing like shit.
Draymond, oh my god.
Yeah, a whole different story. Yeah, I think he got more fouls than he done scored.
That's what I was gonna say. How the fuck you got more fouls than you got points, bro? Like, come on.
But his last game, he played pretty good defense. This last game, but he's still some shitty.
He just stopped wanting to score. Like he doesn't shoot anymore ever. Like
he never shoots. Yeah,
barely ever shoots the way he used to. It's like, god damn. Like you are unproductive at the offensive end. It is literally 5-on-4 in favor of the fucking defense when you're on the offensive side of the ball, bro. You're an absolute non-factor.
But it's good. I think the Warriors will pull it out in the end. But it's gonna be
I think Warriors in 7.
the basketball.
Curry's been playing like he's like, you know what? Fuck you, Max Kellerman. That's what he said.
Yeah, one guy.
Max Kellerman this whole time been saying like he's not a top 10 player because of the fact he doesn't have a finals MVP. And I had told this to Kay. I was like, if we're talking about people who revolutionized the game, Steph Curry's got to be on top of that list.
It really
or in that list.
The Warriors really matter.
I mean, for his legacy, no, not at all.
The Warriors don't really fucking matter. It's another trophy. It's okay. I did this. That shit. Everybody get a trophy now, so that shit it really don't matter these days. So,
well, like the only unanimous MVP. He's got 3 already. If they win here, he'll have 4, and he'll definitely have a finals MVP because he's better than everybody else on the court, both, the Warriors and Boston. And I don't know, like that's what I'm saying. Like with him, like I said, I told Kay, we're talking about somebody who revolutionized the game.
Yeah,
he's the greatest shooter. He's the greatest shooter to ever live. It's just, and obviously, yeah, he revolutionized the game. Him and LeBron, if you would say modern era, the two people who inspired what you see in the NBA today, it's all Steph Curry and it's all LeBron James.
I know. I'm recording right now.
Yeah, because you see a lot of the big men like LeBron and stuff like that being able to pass and everything else like that now. So you got literally big men who are walking triple doubles. That's haven't seen those kind of stats and that type of efficiency and effort since like Wilt and all those types of days. That's why I say if Shaq were to play in today's game, I think he would be what Wilt was back in the day, just 50 points, 50 rebounds. Shaq would be destructive in this day and age. Like, but again, like if you don't have Steph in the top 10, like who could it possibly? I mean, I can probably guess who the top 5 is going to be, but outside of that, who we talking?
For a big man?
Just in general, we're talking all-time players. 10 top. I mean, when I look at top 10, I talk about not just championships and stats, but you got to look at people who influenced and revolutionized the game. The players who made the game what it is. So that's what I'm saying. You got to recognize those guys as the top 10. And if Curry's not recognized as a top 10 player in that sense, it's like who else in front of him? Obviously, you got Jordan. Obviously, you got LeBron. You got Magic. You got Kareem.
You got Shaq. Shaq came in, dominated.
Bill Russell. So Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Wilt, Russell, Kareem, Magic. Who else are we missing?
Maybe you put Bird in there.
We got Kobe in there, right?
Yeah. You got Kobe. You put Larry Bird.
Bird. You would have to. I think you would have to. And then at that point, you can put in Curry.
Yeah.
At that point, you put Curry at 9.
It's like this era, we never seen like a shooter like that, so you kind of got to put him in. Each of those dudes kind of almost was like, some of them was in the same era, but like some of them, it's like different eras. Like Shaq had his era, everybody had their little, Shaq, and the whole Shaq.
I mean, those eras, the 80s and 90s, it was all about the mid-range game and the battle in the paint. Like, that's what it was all about.
Mm-hmm. Now,
The three-pointers were just kind of something that, just kind of happened. It wasn't like people were jacking up fucking 10, 15 three-pointers a game. It wasn't anything fucking crazy like that.
And Curry, this fool makes it from any fucking where he feels like it. Really.
Anywhere on the court.
I'm like, when the players ever been done that, just standing in the tunnel shooting threes, like
just from any random fucking angle, he just can get it into the hoop, and nobody's been able to shoot it with that type of efficiency. So it's just kind of looking at it going, how do you not have Curry in there when we're talking about revolutionaries of the game? People are like, oh, Steph Curry ruined the game of basketball. Whether he ruined it or made it any fucking better, he influenced the game. He's the reason why teams need to have 2, maybe 3 shooters that can go from deep. The reason why you need to have 2 or 3 of them is because you need to have 2 or 3 of them to add up to the same clip as Curry puts up every fucking game. Curry by himself tries to, jacks up 15, 23s a game. Thompson puts up, 10, 12. It's like they just throw threes from fucking everywhere. And if they catch fire, forget it. You can't keep up with them. Because the points just stack up and go and go and go. Like, I don't know. And then at 10, I would have Dr. J, because Dr. J is just right. And then some people will be like, well, what about Tim Duncan? I was like, yeah, Tim Duncan, I understand, greatest power forward ever and all that other kind of stuff. But I wouldn't necessarily say he revolutionized the game. He was what you would call the perfection of the basics. The fundamental, he was absolutely perfect in the fundamentals of the game of basketball. That's what Tim Duncan was, but it wasn't like revolutionized how the game of basketball is played. 5 rings, again, I get it, but we're talking about influence and everything else after that. So, that's why I would have Duncan out of there, but Curry definitely top 10. If it's fringe 10, that's fine, but he's got to be in there. He has to be in there because the last decade and a half, teams have been trying to find the next Steph Curry, that point guard that can put it up from anywhere. They are Dame Lillard, Trae Young, all these other different types of guards that can basically shoot it from anywhere beyond the arc. At any time, catch fire, and just all the teams are looking for that type of guy now.
What I like about Curry, his should be like slick. You don't be realizing how many points he got till they start announcing that shit. You be like, damn, he got like 20 in the first already? Because it'd be the threes, and you just don't.
Threes add up.
Yeah, that shit adds up quick. That extra point.
It's easy for him to put 25 plus, bro. Yeah. It's easy for him. That's if he goes anything less than 20, that's considered a bad game. You know, that's considered a terrible game, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Shit. Sometimes if he hits 25, they say he has a bad game. You know, but Curry is just, again.
Yeah, but if the Celtics can't stop that three, then they're gonna have a hard time. They gotta have to stop it.
That's the thing.
Him that can shoot it, you know. You got Clay that still can shoot it. You know.
I mean, well, Clay can shoot it, but he's been kind of absent throughout these finals so far. I was telling one of my coworkers, I was like, don't let it get to game 6. Yeah, you forget about Clay, and then game 6 comes around and he fucking lights you up. You know, that's been proven time and time and time again. You know, so don't let it get to game 6 and you start sleeping on Clay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why I say like in 7 it'll probably be the Warriors. But I mean, again, it's a tough one because the Celtics, yeah, they're young and inexperienced, but they're battle tested because they swept the Nets and then 2 straight 7-game series against the Bucks and the fucking Heat. You know, they're ready. They're ready for the moment. They have the endurance.
The Warriors can't let their guard down. If they do, it's a wrap. Yeah.
Exactly. You can't sit there and let these dudes fucking cling around. If you have a 15-point lead, you need to try and stretch that shit to 30. You need to try and absolutely stomp it fucking out, because if you leave them hanging around, they will fucking show up and come after you and surprise you in the end.
Game 7, that'll be a nice little matchup, a game 7 battle.
Man, I mean, Curry putting up the 40 plus this last game in Boston. That was one of those moments. It was like, fuck. Curry's like, no. It's like, y'all got to go through me.
I got to.
Do what?
He's like, I'll win this shit myself if I got to.
I will absolutely.
Attitude, like, you know, if I don't do it, you know, you can't. You're supposed to depend on people, but you know how that goes.
Sometimes sometimes it doesn't always work out. You know, so it's just sometimes you got to be able to have that moment of, I'm going to put the fucking team on my back and we're going to win because of me. And that's exactly what Curry did this last game. He said, all right, I need to carry the load. Everybody go ahead and hop onto these coattails because I'm about to take y'all to the finish line. Next game, though, y'all need to fucking man the fuck up and hurry up. You know, 'cause I'm over here battling a bad ankle, apparently. You know, after Horford landed on that shit.
Yeah.
You know, he's dealing with that, still dropping 45. Y'all need to show a little bit more effort to support that.
Mm-hmm.
If Curry is putting up 45, there's no reason why they should be winning by any less than 10 plus.
Yeah, and all the games been close. It ain't like there've been no blowouts. It's like they easily can go either way.
But I mean, a lot of people have this argument. Well, Curry hasn't been able to show up in the fourth quarter of these finals. I'm like, okay. I was like, so the rest of the game is just completely invalid of what he did. I was like, everything is just bad because, again, he can't do everything by himself all the time. I bet you if he had support throughout the game, come the fourth quarter, he'd still be fresh. But by the fourth quarter comes around, he's already banged up and fucking tired because he's been doing everything up until that point. You know, eventually fatigue and stuff gets to you. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, what I'm seeing from Curry is, I mean, if the Warriors win, he's by far obviously getting the finals MVP.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then with the experience and the young talent that the Warriors have, they might go another year, another 2 years, maybe. The window's still open for them. Mm-hmm. You know, so.
Looney been playing a good game, too. He's had a good series. Looney didn't show that.
All the young cats have, even the 19-year-olds that they have on the team, have been doing work. Kuminga and everything. That dude's going to be a monster when he gets even better. You know, as the years go by, because again, he's 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking 3-4 years down the line, that kid's going to be a problem. Mm-hmm. You know, so, and it's not like the Warriors front office isn't, you know, afraid to pay up. They pay luxury taxes like it's nothing. They don't give a fuck. They want the trophies on the goddamn and the banners hanging off the walls. That's it. I don't care how much we have to pay for it. Don't worry about it. The fan base is always going to be there. And if we keep winning the titles, the money's just going to keep fucking rolling in and paying for it. It's not even going to matter. You know, they have, and I, again, some people's like, oh, I wish the 49ers were like that. I wish they were too. Wish a lot of teams were like that. You just say, fuck it, pay the luxury tax, do what you have to. The Rams are like that. We're paying all sorts of. Whoever's handling their cap situation is a genius. Because they have what, like the five of the top 3 highest paid players at their position. They got Stafford, they got Ramsey, they got Donald, they got Cup. It's like, holy shit. All locked in for the next 4 or 5 years.
They're gonna make a difference. That was winning the Super Bowl this year. My prediction, I put it out there.
You did not just say the Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl.
It's gonna be both my teams. It's gonna be
according to what?
It's gonna be the Cowboys versus the Jets. For the
okay, according to what fucking source that you've been seeing that makes you think that the Cowboys and the Jets? Mastics, that would be the easiest money I've ever made.
Or lost. But now wouldn't maybe some funny shit if it came to tuition? like, hey.
If the Cowboys and the Jets end up in the Super Bowl,
I trademark that. I'm gonna trademark it. If can't nobody use that shit, we're gonna trademark it right here. So ESPN, if y'all listening, yeah, y'all gonna pay me.
We know you are, you motherfuckers. We're talking about our shit afterwards, god damn it. It's annoying. That is highly annoying. We talk about shit and then 2 days afterwards it's showing up on the national media. It's like, god fucking damn it.
Oh, I trademarked that shit. So.
Ugh. Bastards. But I mean, yeah. Warriors in 7, man. That's what I'm thinking. Would there be anybody else? Tatum has been kind of shut down a little bit.
Yeah, he that's what I'm saying. I think who was guarding? Draymond's guarding Tatum, ain't he?
Kuminga's been guarding him. I think Peyton's been guarding him.
Yeah, whoever was guarding him last time had that fool locked in. That is that locked.
Wiggins has been guarding him too. The defense has been doing pretty well for the Warriors. That was one of those underrated things. They were like sneakily a top 5 defense in the league. It was weird. Like, I don't know how the hell it happened, but hey, it happened. You know, they're up there when it's the top defense. And so it's kind of like, all right, Tatum's getting shut down. Jaylen Brown's, balling. Marcus Smart, he's going to do what he's going to do. But I don't know, man. I don't know. A part of me thinks the Celtics are going to win somehow, though.
I don't know. They might pull the shit out. It's going to be if the Warriors win the next game, it's going to be over. They're not finna beat the Warriors 2 straight. So if the Warriors come back home and win this next one, then the Celtics in trouble. I don't see them winning. I don't see them beating them 2 straight.
Well, that's the thing. The Celtics have. That's literally why they've been going to game 7s the entire time. They haven't lost a game after a loss. They usually win the next game after they lose. So it's kind of like, well. But yeah, so I do agree. If the Warriors do end up winning 2 straight and kind of breaks that little streak that the Boston Celtics have been going on, then yeah, all signs are pointing towards the Warriors holding another championship. Did y'all happen to see any highlights of any of the games or any of the fights this weekend?
I saw not like major highlights, I see like pictures and stuff from them. Not really like highlights. I heard it was like some good ass fight stuff.
So Glover Teixeira and Yuri Prohashka. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, Prohashka. It was a lightweight or a light heavyweight title fight. Teixeira being the champion. It went all 5 rounds, and these dudes were just. And Teixeira is 42 years old, the champion, by the way. It's 42. And he was beating Yuri's ass to the point he was winning most of their all but like 1 or 2 rounds, or actually all but 1. There's 1 round Yuri took, but all the rounds up until the 5th and final round, Teixeira was winning. He was winning the ground game. He was, avoiding takedowns. He was doing all that kind of stuff. And then at the within the last minute of the 5th round, Yuri somehow, some way got a choke in there, sealed it up, and Teixeira tapped out, and Prohashka's the new champion. Pretty fucking wild. Because everyone was like, "Oh, Prohashka's gonna beat Teixeira in like the first round," and that nobody was expecting Teixeira to essentially go the distance with this guy and take the beating that he did. Because Teixeira was getting, he was getting some bombs laid on him, throughout that fight. But it was just the fact that he was controlling the fight. He was controlling the pace and the tempo and everything else like that. Those bombs that he was taking were just in like short, 10-second intervals of the entire round. When he's controlling everything else outside of that. So had he not gotten, choked out, he would have won the fight, for sure. But it's unfortunate for Teixeira that he made one small mistake, left himself open, and Yuri took advantage of it. And then the fights before that, there were 2 fights in the bantamweight and the strawweight divisions of the females. With what?
Cherie Richardson, she was racing. She just won. The one that was, that she got kicked out. They wouldn't let her compete for smoking.
Oh,
weed.
She just won her now?
Yeah, she's racing. Yeah, she smoked these girls. Yeah, she racing. She just got done racing, so she just won.
I saw a thing that I guess Florida won the outdoor track national championship. And I was like, well, it's Florida. So, yeah, that's something I would expect. For sure. So wait, she's still in college?
Nah, this is some what is this?
Where this is like nationals or something like
that. New York Champion Grand Prix. So just like some kind of, I ain't never even heard of this shit. It was just on Channel 3. So something big. They got all the people who was in the Olympics on here. So most of the people who compete still. So I guess it's just like maybe like an open invitation or something. Some
trial or something like that.
Something, but yeah.
Damn. How bad did she beat him?
I'm about to give you the times. I'm about to give you second place in a second. Waiting for them to show the little.
She probably like outpaced him by a good second and a half or so.
It was at least about a good second. Yeah, second and a half. Yeah. Girl almost caught her. She did 22:38. The other one was 22:62.
22:38, 22. Oh yeah, that was by a decent margin.
Yeah.
Nice.
See her. I ain't never really seen her like race besides on the thing. I ain't never like watched her live, watched her race.
Oh yeah, I've seen the highlights. So she's like, that's shit. I'm like,
yeah, she's flying. Yeah, so I'm like watching. It was a 200 meter. So she did it at 22:38.
It's those nails, man. She's cutting through the wind. And just
She got the nails. She got diamonds on her forehead. And some kind of like pink fishnet outfit she got on running. The long ass eyelashes look like windshield wipers. That shit look ridiculous, man.
And still just smoking everybody.
Natural whatsoever. Like, why?
I don't know, man. Hey, it's her style. That's how she,
I mean, not even her. There's other women that walk around with this ridiculous looking shit.
And they don't even race.
Fucking outfit look like she got damn like Spider Woman. Like, if he's in like this shit got like net all over the place. Like she fucking catching malls and shit. Watch her get little net wings.
Looking like a full-on super. That's what I'm saying. Like, I never understood. Like, how do you? I mean, I guess if you're running, you don't really have to worry about the nails or anything like that. But it's like, how do you do an athletic competition with things that could fall off and hurt the performance or anything? But no, she's go on and smoking everybody. No pun intended. Had to get a picture of the moment.
Yeah, hold on.
I can't even see it.
Right now for a second. You gotta see this shit.
Oh, what she dress? Did she dress like what's his name from Frozen from The Incredibles?
Nah, I don't know what the hell this was.
She had the super suit on.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Oh. I see a whole lot of red and pink.
Yeah, the whole thing was pink. It was like this pink ass outfit.
Oh, okay.
That had like net all over that shit. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. Maybe help her catch wind or something.
Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. Spider Woman. That's great, man. What do you have coming up this next?
Let's see. Saturday I got Juneteenth out there in Rockland. I got the Juneteenth out there. And then I got a 46th anniversary. I know, right? Still got hell. I knew he was
Hold on.
he know about Rockland.
Oh, is that what? Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's
like 75 times.
Black lady that puts it on, but it ain't too many black people that be out there. So, but I was DJing, so it was like people who I was in the organization with. But one of the ladies, she does a lot of stuff out there, so she does it every year. So yeah, I have to go out there and DJ for a little while. And then I got a 46 wedding anniversary that night, all white party.
Oh, the attire.
Yeah, attire, yeah.
Every time I hear that, I'm just going like, it makes me pause for a quick second to really understand.
Yeah, so I got that Saturday night. And shit, work on Sunday, and that following weekend, tour started Friday. Then Friday the 24th.
Can't stop, won't stop. The price goes up every goddamn day.
Get it in. But I just did a comedy show last
How
week.
did that go?
That shit was hella fun. That shit was so funny. Man, that shit, the whole night was just laughs. That shit was funny from start to finish.
And where was that at?
We got the Guild Theater right there in Oak Park.
Uh,
On 34th by Fixins. It's right next door to Fixins, the soul food restaurant.
on 34th?
Yep.
I'll have to remember
Yeah.
if I ever pass by there again, because I'm delivering all over fucking downtown
Okay.
and everything like that. So I gotta
You
start
probably,
paying
you probably be
attention.
over by my job. I'm over there in the Fab 40s.
Oh yeah, the downtown Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, I passed by that one a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where I'm at right. That's where I work
I've
at.
seen it go. I was like, oh, Man Six is over there. I was like, I wonder if I should park in here. And I was like, nah, you probably should. Probably shouldn't do that. I thought you were at the Folsom one for a second.
Nah, the one. It's on Folsom Boulevard, but it's not the Folsom store. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So yeah, it'd be cool down there.
Okay. Okay, why are you sideways?
I'm charging my phone.
Oh. Yep.
I don't know why it just rotates.
Now Kay's like Spider-Man hanging on the wall, just listening to the conversation. Oh my goodness, right. So Birmingham finally lost a game. In USFL.
Following. I haven't followed it.
Yeah, finally got to week 9, and the Houston Gamblers beat them 17-15.
That game was real tough. That was a close, tough game. Houston is, I'm gonna be honest with you, Houston is 2-7 now, but they've been in close games like since the earlier weeks they figured it out. They've been in really close games. They've been barely losing. Like that's one of the teams where it's like, all right, I can understand they only losing because their offense isn't generating shit. You know what I'm saying? They just got this new quarterback, black dude, I think last week or a couple weeks ago or some shit like that. Oh, very, very, very good in the pocket. I don't think they had the team like that to actually go nowhere, but it is what it is. Birmingham, though, they're really good. They're really good. They've just been like beating themselves. I mean, they beat themselves because the week before they almost lost that game too. So,
but they eked that one out. They were the first team to get a playoff spot.
Well, I mean, it was a lot, yeah. It was based off of timing because New Jersey was right behind them. As soon as New Jersey won later that day, it was a lot for playoffs too. So, New Jersey
y'all
lost like one game.
Y'all remember the indoor football league, right? The Bay Area Panthers, the one that Marshawn Lynch or whatever was the owner of.
Yeah.
So I've been following them. So remember how I said that the high school in my old hometown was like horrible, but like everybody showed up. This team's kind of horrible, and definitely nobody shows up. They got beat down 86-21. One game. Like they're constantly getting blown out. I'm like, okay, what's going on? What is happening here? Like, why is this team? And I see all the comments and stuff like that. It's all damn. It's like these are the successors to the San Jose SaberCats, huh? Like this is the ones after that.
I wouldn't even assess that with that. I think these motherfuckers supposed to be playing out of Oracle because they were supposed to be on Oakland. Their first name was the Oakland Panthers.
Yeah, but then they changed it to the Bay Area Panthers and they play at the SAP Center.
Yeah. But I wouldn't assess that with the SaberCats just because they play in the SAP. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't give that to them. It's more the fact of the way the team is constructed.
Well, the only reason why they associate it is because of that fact. Like that's the first indoor team to play at SAP since the SaberCats 6, almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they took a very easy point and got real late reporting. I mean, I feel you, but that's why I'm saying it's like that's not the case because I know the backstory. I was watching the recruiting. One of the coaches on that shit is one of the coaches in semi-pro that I play in, and I see this motherfucker on the board all the time talking about shit. So that's
maybe
specifying it.
We need to get you some film with the Bay Area Panthers. See if you get
I'm cool. And it's
you're like, no, I don't like losing.
No, it ain't that. I mean, I don't play on a bunch of teams out here that's been on losing seasons. But like I said, it's the way the team struck up. A lot of teams out here in the Bay Area, a lot of people want to show how tough they are versus winning a game.
Mm.
And it's like that's pretty much the reason why a lot of these motherfuckers be sorry. Like, to be all the way honest. The real reason why they be sorry because they trying to show how tough they is versus winning the game.
Very true.
It's like, oh man, I smacked you. Yeah, but the running back just went for like 50 yards.
He's gone.
Great job.
So
great job.
That's scoreboard.
But that's what I'm
scoreboard,
saying.
Bro.
Like, a lot of this stuff is just based off of that. The team is constructed poorly because of they thinking they picked the right people, or a lot of the good people is really not trying out for that because they either done with football in that aspect mentally, or they just like, I don't want to go to that lower level. I'm actually going to try something higher. And then if they don't get the higher standpoint, they ain't going to try to use the lower level as a film or exposure to get up. So they always sit where they at. And they just keep trying. That's why I was saying the team constructed that way because of those factors.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at this whole thing going USFL, XFL, because even the NFL right now, nothing going on. It's just OTAs. Nothing fucking going on. There's no news. There's no traction. I know people like to fucking try and pick really small things and try to make things, big from it. And it's just, no, it's just we're at a dead time in the NFL right now. It's all about the NBA finals. Tomorrow's what? Game 5? Or 2 and 2, right? So tomorrow's game 5. So, and then tomorrow we have a conversation with Dak, the San Jose State University Duck, the Spartan superfan, as he is known to a lot of the people of the SJSU community. We'll be talking to him at 7:30 tomorrow.
Is he coming on in the duck costume?
Yep. I told him, I was like, I don't want to know at all what your face looks like, bro. I don't want people to know. It's like, I'm not here trying to be like, oh yeah, take it off so we see the person. But I was like, no, I want you full fucking mask. I want you on here talking about why we are gonna dissect this shit on how this came to be.
Yeah.
Where did this idea come from? Like, how did this, come to fruition? Because, I've seen him a few times around going to either the games or that other thing that I did, that the spring game over there with San Jose State. I've seen him there and stuff too. But he goes to damn near all of like San Jose athletics, like either basketball, volleyball, golf, fucking just baseball, everything. Anything that he gets a chance to go and support the athletic program, that's what he does. So, and he does it all in a hoodie and a duck mask with gloves and pants and everything else like that. So it's just kind of like it's hot as fuck, and he's still got all that stuff. Hey, good for him for sticking with it. But we'll be talking with him a little bit tomorrow to figure out how this all came to be, because that'd be an interesting little story to have out, because again, with all teams and aspects of professional and college sports, the fans drive a lot of the things. And when you have super fans and stuff for certain programs, I mean, especially for San Jose State or really anything Bay Area sports with Crazy George, the inventor of the wave and everything else like that. You got, all these other super fans for every single team that have been there forever. It gives a little aspect of the fandom that goes into the sports that we talk about. So that'll be an interesting conversation to have with the Duck. That's tomorrow. Formula One talk, Sunshine early at 7 or in the beginning of the show, as well. For the race that happened earlier today. Fucking Red Bull's running away with this whole thing again. And anything else? You guys got anything?
Yeah, I want to talk about my book. We had Akeem Nicks picked up. You been trying to avoid this motherfucking shit because your team has no hope. Actually, both of y'all team got no hope and shit other than the Jets from Mad Sticks.
Mad Sticks, answer me this question real quick. Is Akeem Hicks being signed to the Bucks that big of a deal?
Yeah, what's it?
The Bucks ain't gonna win, so not really.
Okay, so
Player.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you the same question, Mad Sticks. Anybody on your D line better than Akeem Hicks? Anybody?
Anybody on who?
On your defensive line, because he's a defensive lineman.
On Dallas defensive lineman?
Yeah, Dallas defensive lineman. Your whole defense, honestly, is sorry to him other than number 11. Number 11 is the only person you got. All right, same thing for Josh. The only person he got on his defense is maybe Bosa because of you. He get hurt all the time.
On the whole defense.
I wouldn't say that.
Bosa didn't get hurt at all last year.
Not better than. And that's what I'm saying. That's 1 year out of his entire career that he's been okay.
He's in year 3 or year 4. This is going to last year of his or no. They picked up the 5th year option.
So he's going into his 5th year.
Hey, 25%
healthy. He's played 25% of his career healthy.
Yeah, him and then Armstead. Armstead's a decent role player to have on the inside and out. You can rotate him on both. Fred Warner's one of the top linebackers in the league.
Not better than Akeem Hicks.
And that's Fred Warner's not better than Akeem Hicks.
No.
I think that's where we just we're drawing the line at delusion now.
How is that delusion for the simple fact that man was in Chicago doing it all himself?
I get that. I'm just saying, like,
it was only him and Khalil Mack. They traded Khalil Mack. They instantaneously went.
Is it really one of those pickups that's kind of like, oh damn, this is the one that this pickup is the reason why they're going to win the Super Bowl? Like, not really. It's kind of whatever 12 does. It's got with and plus, I'm kind of at this point, I'm at the point of expecting that high-profile players are going to want to join Tom Brady to ring chase. Yeah, so it's kind of like, oh well.
Yeah, I left my bag and all that.
Essentially, being the East Coast Rams, just trying to sign all the good players.
So you're going to sit here and try to give us the name of the team that won the Super Bowl after us?
They're the West Coast Bucks. How about that? Right. If that makes you feel any better. The concept of the concept.
See, the thing is that because that's not true. The Rams have the appearance of not using the salary cap at all. We don't have that appearance. Like, we're based in the salary cap. Brady doesn't have a crazy contract. We have a bunch of players that you can see that we follow cap that
the cap option off.
Motherfucker. Yeah, so it's like, come on, they just signed Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp within the same month. Crazy contracts, and you're like, how did they even do that?
They have the money to do it, apparently. Apparently, it's not illegal. I don't know how it is legal that they are, but I mean, especially at the amount of money that they're doing it. they might be counting on the fact that all of these deals are structured in a way because they know that the CBA that just happened, every year that goes by, the cap number goes up for the next 10 years. So they have these contracts to where like their salary is going to go up with the fact that the cap is going up, and it gives them more room to be able to sign more players.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I
pretty
think
understood.
the way that they're signing them is almost genius.
I'm saying, the point of what I'm saying is, yeah, my team is in a way better position because he's more of a balanced player. He plays well with Vita Vea.
That interior line with Vita Vea and Hicks, though, if you actually sit to think about it, it's pretty fucking nasty. It doesn't seem like anybody's going to be running anywhere on that defense.
He's got Logan Hall in the draft. Just got fucking my boy Shaq Mason and goddamn what's that safety name? Logan. God dang it, I forgot his name. But we got both of them from the Patriots. It's like, yeah, we look a lot better. So that's what I just wanted to talk about my Bucks a little bit. I mean, you talked about the Rams and y'all talked about y'all teams. I was trying to like talk about the Bucks a little bit.
I didn't really say anything about the 49ers. Did I say anything about the 49ers?
Today? No.
No.
I mean, within the last 4 shows, yeah. I just want to talk about them a little bit, but it's all good.
But that's the thing. We're trying to tell you, Kay, that, well, especially with me and Mad Sticks, the same way you care about both of our teams is kind of the same way we feel about your team. We're kind of fucking tired of hearing about them.
I feel that.
It's like the national media bringing up the fucking Lakers during the NBA Finals every goddamn time to find out what the hell is going on with them. Nobody gives a shit about what's going on with the Lakers right now. You seen Perk and Richard Jefferson up there. They started talking about the Lakers. They're like, "Oh my god, really?"
Yeah, but
what we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you're what we're talking about at halftime. Same thing with the Bucks. I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's how it's happening. I'm just saying that's how we feel.
I feel that because I mean, we were talking about football. We're talking about our teams. I mean, my team good. I'm sorry. That's about as much as I can say.
Tom Brady didn't even want to be there. He wants to be in Miami.
I feel that. I mean, that's what the narrative is from the media. Tom ain't said that at all. The media keeps saying that. The media keep driving. Oh, Tom gonna do this. Tom gonna do this.
Tom says certain words, and people have decoded the language of Tom Brady. They know what it means. They know what it means.
That's a good job. They did such a good job to where they said he was going to retire 6 years ago.
Adam Schefter just shit the bed on that one. That was on him. He jumped the gun way too fucking quick on that decision. And he got it from the wrong source. Whoever the hell whatever source that was that gave him that information. Sabotage. Sabotaged his ass.
Was it sabotage?
I think so.
I guess.
It was either sabotage or Adam Schefter truly believed that Tom Brady was done with football without taking into the factor of Tom Brady didn't want to be home. That's why right after his playing career, he's going straight into the booth and everything. He's already signed a 10-year contract for whenever he's done with his career for Fox Sports.
I don't believe that either.
He didn't want to be home, man. He doesn't like them. He doesn't like those kids. They don't listen to him. They don't listen to him the way the team listens to him on the football field. Like fuck Belichick. Giselle is the fucking Lombardi of that household. She runs that shit. So he wants to be on the field where he feels like he has power. Because it ain't at home.
I definitely agree with that. You wouldn't go in the media if that was the case. You would be a coach. He would be a coach.
He'd become a coach. NFL head coaches don't like going. So, we put in 24. We put in all these hours. You just don't want to go home. You don't need to put in that many hours. You just don't want to go home and find an excuse to stay at the office. That's always been funny to me. All right. He's going to be getting paid, 300 million plus. So good for Tom Brady. But again, Matchsticks, appreciate you coming on again, man. Miss having you on here. When roughly, or it might need to be these little pop-up bonus episodes that we keep having every once in a while.
Yeah. Right now, that'd be the little bonus ones. Like usually, I normally today I open but I normally work. I normally close on Sundays now, so it was just a bonus for me to. I normally would be at work right now, but then I had to open. So
Well, either way, love having you on, bro. And next time we have you on, whether it's bonus or not, looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing what you're doing on the socials and stuff with the tours that are coming up. Everybody else that's been hanging out with us here on YouTube and stuff, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. Talking some more sports, NBA finals, conversation with Dak, the San Jose State University Duck. And it's going to be an interesting one tomorrow. So you guys aren't going to want to miss it. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, start time as usual. Tomorrow on Monday, once again from the All Pro JAFFOs, myself, JP, for Country Cave, for the one and only DJ Mad Sticks. We will see you guys again tomorrow. Deuces.